formerly known as Morris Depot. We are at Mkushi Academy grounds where we are about to witness history being made. It is Black Mambas welcoming the log leaders in the Northern Region Soccer League, MWOS Football Club. Today's encounter is definitely one for the books, as we are seeing the teams now coming through and preparing, for the game that we have at hand. I believe you can also feel from the ambience that today definitely is going to be exciting. MWOS, as always, they come out in their numbers. As you can see, the celebrations have already started even before the game, which shows you how much faith they have in their team that is about to take center stage. As we are seeing our referees take center stage, the referee for today, it is Israel Nevera, first assistant Pearson Zokuonera, and second assistant is Sam Mahakchi, and our commissioner for today, it is Mr. Mukuna. As we are seeing him walking off, making sure that things are okay, and the teams shake hands as we show signs of sportsmanship. I believe for the previous weeks we have experienced a clean league in the Northern Region Soccer League. I believe our local leagues haven't been what we expected, with so much violence and so many games not being fulfilled. But I'm glad that it is somehow a story of the past, as we are seeing that many of the people are coming through and just enjoying the game as it unfolds. Both captains from the teams from MWOS, it is their captain Mutasa Wisdom, and it is Chinungo Tendai coming from Black Mambas, who is their captain for today. And it seems as though Mutasa has chosen a gate, and they take a stance for a picture. But all the same, impressive what we are seeing today. Just to take a look at how the story was in the previous seasons, realize that about this time it was a race between Black Mambas and Cheg 2 Pirates, and MWOS not really in the picture, positioned somewhat at number 6. But in this season, the 2024 season, they have chosen to change the tide, and they are now the log leaders here in the Northern Region Soccer League. But for Black Mambas, they are a shadow of themselves. Last season, they played exceptionally well, contending for the title, taking it to the last draw. If I'm not mistaken, it was Chegud Pirates who are ahead of them by maybe a point or two that secured them a position in the Premier Soccer League. But for Black Mambas, they lived to fight another day, but it seems as though the wounds were a bit too much, as they also lost a lot of people, that is some of their coaches. Coach Nyoni came through after replacing Coach Nube, and after Coach Nyoni left as well, it is now Coach Mtema who is now taking the reins and trying to make something, salvage anything from this team. Black Mambas, it is Waruma, an exciting day. But also just to note, Coach Lloyd Mtasa, dressed in white, seems like his uniform for the previous encounters. I believe for a coach of his caliber, well known for taking teams into the Premier Soccer League. Just to take a look a bit at his history, in 2007, he got Highway into the Premier Soccer League. It is a team that is no longer functioning, as well as Kiglon in 2009. He got that team into the Premier Soccer League. And recently, the Eastern Region Soccer team, it is Green Fuel in 2022. Coach Lloyd Mtasa managed to get them into the Premier Soccer League. And from there, it wasn't easy maintaining the standards and meeting the deadlines that were set for him. Thereby, he was shown the door. But May 2023, he had an opportunity, a chance of redemption, and it was MWOS who welcomed him with open arms. And from then he's managed to create something. 2023 was a good season for him. I think he got the opportunity to understand the team that he had. But in 2024, oh my, he has definitely changed the tides. There's Black Mambas. They are preparing for today's encounter. I'm pretty sure they're not going to make this one any easier for a team such as MWOS. But looking at how it stands for today, it is another title contender, that is Scotland. They are facing off DZ Royals, and many were saying that Scotland are going to win this one. Tell us your predictions as well. DZ Royals, also a debutant in this league, came through only this year, and finding things a bit tough in the Northern Region Soccer League. But for Scotland, it is a different story. They are coming through and are amongst the title contenders. A few minutes before we start, 2 minutes to be exact. The team's already ready. Nerves also kicking in. I'm not sure what the feelings are like for Black Mambas, especially they have experienced Premiership football, and looking at their opponent today, a team that is hoping and dreaming to get into that Premiership, the emotions might be stirring up. But for them, they would have to fight next season. But for today, their task is not to make the journey into Premier Soccer League for MWOS any easier. Mandazivai for Black Mambas. He's the one behind the ball. There on your screen, it is Muchongwe. Very familiar name for Black Mambas. Now we await anxiously for this one, because the stage has been set. How it's going to pan out, left to be unsaid. Waruma Ruma is the motto here. Washona wakati utsinye unenge wenyoka inoruma chaisingaji. Would that be the story today, coming off the handwriting of Black Mambas? And the whistle on the lips of our referee, and it is game time. Match day 34 in the Northern Region Soccer League. And it is Black Mambas hosting MWOS here at Mkushi Academy grounds. A name still new to many, but also known as Morris Depot. And some of the players that really made a difference. There's Arthur Banda using this right flank to maybe try and create something with only just seconds into this encounter. In goal this time around, for MWOS, it is Mandimotsa Blessing. There's a replay. Coach Lloyd Mtasa. This time around, I don't think he has taken to his seat as of yet. It is the first corner of the game, and it is MWOS somehow establishing some dominance, but handled quite well there by Jerelen Moore. Just to take a look at some of the suspicions of today's encounter. For MWOS, they will be missing their goalkeeper, who has been contributing a lot, maintaining a lot of clean sheets. But for today, he misses this one. I'm talking about the game continues once more. 2 minutes in. Rather a slow start. But all the same, it is Black Mambas who are trying to create something, but no one really complimenting the efforts coming off the feet of Muchongwe. But all the same, it is brought back to Muchongwe, and they're trying to create something. But all the same, the moment they get the ball, they lose it once more. And it is a player down for Black Mambas. Just to look at some of the goal scorers from last week there's a replay once more. So we are seeing that collision and a player going down for Black Mambas. Like I was saying, for MWOS, it was Arthur Banda and Tafazo George on the score sheet. And for Black Mambas, it was Chada Dylan with 3 goals for his team. That was a hat-trick for him last week. And this time around, he's hoping maybe today he could make an impact and bring a dent into this ambitious team of MWOS. Kwangwari Clive, and it's brought to a halt. There are some conversation off camera between the referee and one of the members from the technical bench of Black Mambas. There's Clive with the throw-in. Arthur Banda getting a test of it. Feremba Everson trying to make a delivery right close to box. Maybe trying to isolate Mutasa Wisdom. But it is Black Mambas with a good response. And they control their first touch coming from Kumalo Proud. And it makes a delivery. Intercepted quite well by Nyabunze Tafadzwa. Not really sure what the talk was like coming into this encounter for either MWOS or Black Mambas, taking things quite slowly. I believe they know each other. I believe they understand the dynamics of what kind of a team they are facing. Trying to take things slowly and maybe building as the game goes. But you never know. At 11, there was a game here between Eventuals under 20 and Black Rhinos, a game that ended in a new draw. So this one, definitely, it's a must win for MWOS, also for Black Mambas. They cannot afford to lose at home. Maybe they'll be saying that MWOS got lucky in the last week when they faced off Golden Eagles in a game that they won by 2-1. It's a replay of what actually happened. It was dangerous tackle coming off the feet of Muchkambisi Tinotenda. They're quite shocked off the feet of the goalkeeper there. I think it's Mandi Mutsira, Blessing. Not really sure what he was trying to do there, but all the same putting them in a very dangerous position, conceding a corner kick. Very disappointed in himself. but he needs to recover, as any time the ball is coming from the corner, it means that something dangerous can be created. Off the corner, right into the box, but a lot of blue shirts to take care of that one. Back to the feet of Nyabunze, who clears, but all the same, it is still a blue ball at the moment. Quite a handful of fans coming to support this encounter, definitely. It is MWOS who came with a larger number, with a bigger crowd. There's another infringement on Phineas, as he is assisted back to his feet. Good to see he's okay. Ready to continue. Phineas the one to take care of this delivery, and it is a long ball right outside of the box of MWOS' goal, and it is Mwadibonsera Blessing passing it over to Manasseh Godfrey, who plays a long ball. And to take care of it, it is Phineas opting for a throw-in. Arthur Banda taking care of this one. Marking from behind. Chinungo Tendai being penalized for that one. It is a very good position for MWOS. There's a replay of what actually happened. And then you can see Arthur Banda on the ground after being marked from behind by Chinungo Tendai. Tafaso George scored a very amazing goal last week at Alice Robbins in a game that they played against Golden Eagles to seal that win for them. But there it is. The goalkeeper, Gerald Enmo, really being awake at crucial times. Kumalo Proud on that far side, trying to control the ball, but it was a bit too much for him. And it goes out for a throw-in. So many expectations from this encounter. So far, so good. As we try to build off the momentum that they have created throughout the season. Nicely controlled there. Coming off Manda Ziwai. And it is played just outside of the net. But at this moment it is a 50-50. It can go either way. Not as easy for MWOS as last week's encounter. But all the same, fed by Everson. 17 goals to his name. Last week wasn't able to create anything and was substituted close to the end of the game in the second half. But there's Tafaso George trying to impose himself into this one. His instructions never cease. But all the same, I believe so many people were not sure about his second half substitutions in the previous encounter. How he's going to execute today remains to be seen. Their MWOS building from the back. Playing it back to the goalkeeper. And it is Manasseh Godfrey. Mwadibonsera Blessing. Modern day goalkeeper. Needs to be involved need to know how to use both your hands and your feet. Good chest control. Come from Kumalo Proud. Kwede Tadua receiving the ball once more and opting for that long pass across the halfway line. The header from Mandazivai, playing it out. Also George with a throw in. Some skill there, which can be trying to do something with it, but in the end sacrificing Livingstone. But it is a free kick on their part. Coach Matema for Black Mambas, also very anxious for today's encounter, but they had the entire week to prepare. Arthur Banda trying something, and there the goalkeeper having a touch to it and conceding a corner kick. He might be really disappointed with that one. You could have just let it get past him. There again, Arthur Banda recovering just in time to try and score from that position. But there also Jerelen Moore getting to the ball a minute too late. From the corner, it is Tafazo George. As a delivery right into the box, Jerelen Moore coming off his line and becoming part of the defense like he should. But any mistake there, it would have been very costly for him. Today has been rather hot, but I believe the team that played from 12 to 2 experienced the majority of the heat. For these ones, it is slowly becoming cooler. There's Black Mambas Kumalo Proud trying to switch things over to this near side, but they lose possession. He goes after it once more. And they're sleeping on the ball and ball watching. That's Manda Zivai, who could have easily recovered possession there. There with the long ball. Other Banda trying to get to it, but Phineas slowly shielding it. And it is a goal kick for Black Mambas. Jerelen Moore to Phineas, and he chooses to play a long ball. And there, Mchongwe allowing it to play out. Mtasa, Chikambisi being dispossessed right in the middle of the park. They're being brought down. Chadad. Here's how it all happened. Shada Dylan placing a foot and causing Livingstone to fall down. Saved by the ball. It is a goal kick, I believe, for Jerelen Moore. Has a lot on his table today. Keeping a clean sheet will be a dream come true. As we are seeing MWOS keep knocking and knocking. There's Machuka. Now it is Arthur Panda controlling it quite well. And a misplaced pass there. Hoping to get to Everson Feremba. There's Muchongwe. Still controlling it. Later on choosing it to pass it over. But in the end they lose possession. Now MWOS controlling things. Mochkambizi taking care of things on that left flank. Muchuka played very well in the game against Golden Eagles. Very, very composed. Wisdom Tasa disappointed with that one. He was hoping maybe someone was going to clean up his mess, but it wasn't so. Kumalo Proud trying to control it. Manda Zivai. I think I'm losing possession. There is a replacement for Kelvin Shankiwa. That is Mwandi Motsera Blessing. Flanked by men in blue. Kumalo Proud, and they bringing some assistance. Tatenda Ishe. It's a free kick for Black Mambas. The first half, really something. I believe both teams are not really exerting themselves as much as they would want to. I don't know, is it the idea of saving energy for the last minutes? Or it is how things are supposed to be like today? But all the same, if you talk to many people, they will also allude the fact that when it comes to big games, teams turned to be a bit more careful. Thus, the first half is usually rather slow as they are trying to study their opponent, how best to get around that defense and possibly get a goal. I believe that is exactly what is going on in the minds of both of the coaches from either teams. There's a delivery right into the box and tossed away by Mwandi Mutsira. And now it is MWOS with an opportunity for a counter. Everson Faremba had opened up nicely, but it was a bit too much there. First touch, not good enough. Manasseh Godfrey, all the way from the back. He found himself in a very good position. The first touch really disappointing him. Michongwe. Now Livingstone pushing it forward. Majuka trying to flick there just to get to Everson Feremba. Manasseh Godfrey. Back to the goalkeeper, Mwandi Mutsira, way off his line, way off his territory. If anything should happen, he is so much exposed. But they are saved by the bell as well. As Black Mambas were hoping to carry something and start a counter-attack. As a replay. Once again, Kumalo bringing down Tafatso George. Right by the center line. Manasseh pushing it forward. Chest control by Feremba. Now it is Mutuka setting up Kwangwari Clive. But something spectacular that they could have created there. There's Feremba with that chest control. Arthur Banda playing it forward. It was Mutuka being so aware of his surroundings and singling out Kwangwari. But in the end, they have nothing to show for it. Nicely done from that far side. That's Tetandeshe. And the Mutsira blessing. Long balls, no one really trying to make use of that middle of the park. Try the passing game once again. Kwangwari Clive with a good delivery right into the box, but it was just over the crossbar. But MWOS are really starting to come alive as of this moment. Black Mambas really need to turn the volume up. Right at this moment, it was Kwangwari on this near side. And that delivery, it could have been something quite unfortunate for him. It was inches above the crossbar. Nicely done by Muchongwe. Giving it over to Mandazivai. Muchongwe playing on the number 26, Chada Dylan, with a hat-trick from the previous encounter. It wasn't selfish. Played on Kumalo, proud. And that last touch, not what you need. And definitely, it didn't give him the desired outcome. Misplaced pass, but all the same brought back into their hands. But it is Dylan once again. Looked like a dance the way he tried to control the ball, but all the same, some emotions coming through there and a bit of shoving of hands. They need to be disciplined enough. This is just about the first half. Manasseh Godfrey getting a word from the referee. But quite good, the referee calmed things down there. Muchongwe with the free kick. And it chooses to isolate to Tendaishe. And that one, not good enough. After that kick, he looked at his boots. Something very familiar with a lot of sports people. After they make a mistake, they look at the apparatus or equipment that they use in terms of playing the game. For a tennis player, they look at their racket. For a cricket player, they look at their bit. But they're fulfilling the story. It is Tatenda Ishe. After that confused shot, he ended up looking at his boot. Phineas. Edda. Phineas once again. Right onto that far side. Good control. There's that first touch that is always somewhat disappointing for some of the players. Mandazivai battling against all odds to keep it in play. And they do so. Now it is Chinungo Tendai being dispossessed there. Now Arthur Banda with that run, utilizing this right flank and a cross right into the box. Veremba letting go of that one. It is Mutsuka. All of the effort left to him and too much power, but missing the target altogether. But beautiful run coming off Arthur Banda. there, as you can see, isolating. Maybe Feremba there, letting go of things. Wisdom setting up Mujuka, and Mujuka just letting it fly right into the skies. But they have created the majority of the chances there. Black Mambas coach not really impressed by the movement from the players. How they are letting off some open pockets. Taking a bit long, Mandaziwai, but Kumalo allowing it to play out. All the same, they somehow would have created something. Mandaziwai had done almost a half part right, but in the end, his last pass to Kumalo Proud wasn't as good as maybe as he would have wanted it to be. Taking somewhat a water break just to get close to the coaches and get some ideas on how to progress Dylan. Somehow you might wonder what that yellow shirt is doing amongst the blues, trying to listen in, but also the fans for MWOS. It's like they're only fans that come through to watch games, eh? I think it was also good to take this moment to encourage the fans to come through and support their teams. The input of the 12th man is very, very important. As we are seeing with the use of social media, the teams after a brilliant game, they are coming through also thanking their fans. Feremba, Mujuka, losing possession, Mchongwe, trying to get to Kumalo, but Kumalo wasn't able to recover enough, and Tatenda cleaned up the whole mess. Now there's Kumalo Proud, trying to switch things over, trying to get the attention of Dylan, but it was nowhere to be found. Long one, nowhere near the target, but it is Mwandi Mutsera Blessing who gets a touch to it, and they decide to build from the back. Manasseh Godfrey, the center back, with that long ball, a header of Chinungo, him falling to the ground. Beautiful play, beautiful control. Arthur Banda there, switching things over, but cleared off long enough for the men in blue to get back in line, in between the legs of Kongwari Clive, and following after the ball till the end. Dylan, nicely done, Arthur Banda right in front of goal, but flanked by two Black Mambas players. Definitely it wasn't going to be easy. Phineas and Tatenda Ishe doing all they can to limit the prowess of Arthur Banda to absolutely nothing, thereby letting the scoreline remain as nil or draw. We are past the half-hour mark. You might wonder where the 30 minutes went, but all the same, it is good because it shows that we are focused and looking at what is happening on the pitch. A good first half. Coach Lloyd, Clive Kongwari, having a one-on-one conversation there. Arthur Banda playing it out. We are at Mkushi Academy grounds, formerly known as Morris Depot. They're a good setup for Dylan. But it was cleared off. Mtasa Wisdom losing possession. Awfully quiet in this one. But even in the previous game, it didn't contribute much. Thereby the second half substitution. Will his story be the same for today? Or will it change? Clive Kongwari. MWOS really settling things. Are waiting to find a good opportunity, but it is them that are caught off guard. Nicely done by Hokonya Terence. Lurking in the shadows. Definitely it is the territory of Waruma. Subtle, but very, very deadly. Knowing when to pounce on the enemy. Hokonya Terence leaving his club. Clearing off the lines by Gwende Tadiwa. And a throw in for MWOS. Muchkambizi. Switch right onto this near side. Clive getting just but a header to it. Feremba getting into the picture. Len Mojere. Long ball, Manasseh Godfrey playing on the goalkeeper. This played out an eventful first half, giving us a lot of everything in the first 10 minutes. It was a 50-50 pound for pound. No one really exerting themselves, but it was just in the blink of an eye that MWOS decided to play their usual game and try and started creating a majority of the chances. Muchkambizi with a foul on Hokonya Terence. This is a replay of what happened off the head of Livingstone. Muchkambizi placing a foot forward and disrupting the run of Hokonya Terence. As you can see, he's on the ground. Now he's being attended to. But impressive what we have witnessed so far. Matchday 34. Matchday 35 rather. In the Northern Region Soccer League. Getting closer to the end. And all eyes on the teams that are at the top of the table. MWOS Scotland, 75 points apiece. And for Scotland, they are a team that is very, very motivated, with the owner, Mr. Scott Sakupanya, promising them quite a huge amount of money if they are able to win their game against DZ Royals, because what's separating the two definitely has to be the goal difference. And if they are able to get, is it 5 goals? They might be getting $1,000, 1,500 each player. Here's the replay of what really transpired. Feremba there with Phineas. Phineas falling to the ground. Like I was saying, I think the involvement of new money in our local leagues is playing a big role in terms of how football is played. Bring about a lot of talks Nicely done by Mutsuka Athabanda. His first touch, not good enough. Not really sure what he was trying to do because he had so much time to decide where he wanted to place the ball. But I think it is in the heat of the moment that he just decided to flick it. Was it an attempt to control? Definitely. But my oh my, what an opportunity for MWOS. Livingston getting tea. Trying to play it forward. Mutsuka once again. Always that player. Bouncing off. Muchkambizi. Now a header from Gwende Tadiwa. Placing the ball right into the arms of the goalkeeper, Jerry Lenmo. Nchongwe finding it hard to control that one. Having switched sides with Kumalo Proud, who's now playing as a right winger. Mutsuka trying to get a bit of control, playing it backwards. I heard someone say earlier that when they start this passing game, they are sort of trying to hypnotize you into losing focus and start ball watching. And after that, they strike. But we'll wait to see when that really plays out. For MWOS, it goes out for a corner kick. But all the same, it is Phineas who's on the ground and in so much pain. He is outside of the pitch, and the referee decides to let the game continue. Mutsuka, always important. Muchkambizi with an ambitious one, but way overcooked. Way overcooked. Phineas being shown off the field. Now Mutsuka playing it back to Muchkambizi, who had the opportunity, but it seems like it was deflected, thereby taking flight and gaining altitude. Jerelenmo taking some time to sort himself out at his back line. Chongwe being complimented by Tendaishe. Chongwe once again, and it is MWOS who get the throw in. Everson Feremba, top goal scorer in the Northern Region Soccer League. I think this time around, Black Mambas might just, rather MWOS might just take everything from the Golden Boot to the league. Player of the season yet to be identified. And they have some quality players. Manasseh Godfrey choosing to play backwards to their goalkeeper, who is advancing further and further, taking that shot with so much energy, falling to the ground, getting a bit of applause for good defending. Chinungo Tadai just seeing the ball through and making sure that Clive doesn't get to settle. There's Stefalso George for MWOS, who takes this one. Header, Everson Feremba, nicely placing it forward. Manasseh Godfrey could have done something with it, but the whistle had gone. Seeing a player down for Black Mambas. There's a replay delivery into the box. Muchongwe, I think just the tip of his boot coming in contact with Manasseh's boot. But the referee's verdict is final. And that's how the story goes in football. Still awaiting the inclusion of some technology. That is the visual assistant referee, the VAR, as it is popularly known, so that we can see some of these incidences close up, and it will definitely assist some of our referees with their decision making. I believe our leagues have been plagued with a lot of drama, and some calling for refresher courses for the referees because of the way that they were taking some decisions. But to some extent, you can't really blame them. It is maybe the position that they might be at a particular time. But also, some dubious decisions have been made, clear-cut, and I believe the involvement of some technology, if used wisely, it could make our games even fairer. Two minutes left of regulation time in this first half. It is MWOS nil, Black Mambas nil. Black Mambas, the home team here at Mukushi. This is their territory, what they're used to. But MWOS as well are playing like a team that really wants to continue to get into the league. And there I was just holding my breath. Arthur Banda presented with a good opportunity, but the header just went very, very wide off the post. Mutuka singling out Arthur Banda, but there he wasn't in a very comfortable position to take care of it. And also he was flanked by Tendayeshe, who made the job even more difficult. Black Mambas, their hopes being cut short. Waruma facing off the Panthers, as they are now being known. Last week was a big one for them. Even the owners of the club came through. Mujuka, really good. Wisdom, not really doing justice to that pass. Wisdom Tassa, controlling it quite well. Good tenor. Now it is across into the box. Phineas clearing it off the lines. And now it is Manda Ziwai, or dispossessed. Phineas once again getting a touch to it, and it goes out for a corner kick. Lloyd Mtasa, dressed in white. That is his new uniform. But also we might begin to question if MWOS eventually get into Premier Soccer League, will he stay with the club or will he move down to Division 1 once again? Because his stint with Green Fuel didn't last that long when they got into the Premier Soccer League. Will that be the case? Will we only know him as that coach that knows how to promote teams into top round football? Geraldine Moore on the ground. The whistle going off. And Geraldine Moore with a hand to his head. Calling for the attention from the referee. It is half time. And that was the last opportunity for MWOS to get something in the first half. What they wanted to do, definitely not an easy one, especially playing against a team like Black Mambas, who knows what it feels like to be in this position and who have had opposition who have made it harder for them. Now it is their turn to make it harder for MWOS to get the 3 points today. We come back after this halftime break with the second half, and hopefully we might see some goals. head-to-head encounter. Let's take it back to Matchday 14 in the 2023 season of the Northern Region Soccer League. It was Black Mambas who went away with a win, and in the second half of the season, Matchday 32, it was a 0-0 draw. Now in 2024 Matchday 18, it was MWOS who went away with a 1-0 win. And today, this is the second half of the season and their second encounter in the 2024 season, and it is a nil draw at the moment. Welcome to the second half of this encounter. It is Black Mambas hosting MWOS all the way from Norton. They come through, and they always come through in their numbers. The first half gave us a little bit of almost everything, with the teams starting off playing carefully, not really exerting their energy or their efforts, but it was as if MWOS had a switch. They lightened up and they started playing like the team that is on a journey trying to get into Premier Soccer League. And this is the second half of this encounter, and MWOS have brought their front foot forward and trying to make or to get an early goal. Head-to-head encounters have been games of low-scoring margins. How today might end is left to be seen. Black Mambas with the throw-in, and it is Dylan trying to get across into the box, but it curls outwards instead of finding the back of the net. Elan scored a hat-trick last week for Black Mambas. This particular encounter seems to be the one that is hard. Everson Faremba almost getting close to it, but it is Len Mojere who handles it with so much ease. On the log, it is MWOS on 75 points at the top, followed by Scotland with 72 points. They are playing DZ Royals at the moment, and at the end of the game, we will know how it will stand on the log. But all the same, everyone would understand and know that Scotland are on a quest to get as many goals as possible. As about was it at the 13th minute, so an update that said that they were 2-0 up. Just going to cross-check with that one as to how true that is. But if they don't get the goals, they need the points. Now it is MWOS on a drive, and there the goalkeeper having a bit of miscommunication there with the centre back, thereby resulting in him almost getting an own goal. Nyabunze having trouble communicating with his goalkeeper. Mandimutsira Blessing. It is a corner kick for Black Mambas, the first one in the second half. You might be seeing a repeat of history. What happened in the first half, slowly but surely, generating some momentums. But here with the clearance, Proud Kumalo heading it to the ground. Mchongwe now moving it forward, having a bit of a hard time trying to recover there. It is Manda Zivai. Feremba. Kwangwari. Nyabunze. Giving it back to Kwangwari. Now it is Livingstone. But a short pass. Almost caught him unaware, rattled a bit. Nicely controlled. Kongwari, but it is Mandasibai who gets the last touch. The ambience sort of calmed down a bit as they know that, especially for MWOS, a draw is not what they need. They are singing, but not with their usual energy. We know that MWOS fans always bring the drums and they will always be singing at the top of their voice. At this moment, it is somehow them that need the motivation, and the players on the pitch can motivate them by getting at least a goal so that they can get their money's worth. As a replay, Wisdom Mutasa, live Kongwari. Wisdom once again, marked from behind by Hukonya Terence. During the replay, MWOS lodged an attack. Atabanda was the last to get a touch on it. Phineas, the distribution, not good enough. And a call to fall back in line as soon as possible. Tavazo George, Faremba, Tavazo George moving forward. Phineas, chest control, clearance. And there's Nyambunze with a header to the goalkeeper. Kongwari, Njongwe, in a bit of a scuffle, but it is Black Mambas who go away with this one. Manasseh being charged with that one. As Black Mambas are gaining ground bit by bit. That is what maybe they would need. This game has been a game of equality, as they have given each other a pound for pound in terms of attack and response. A bit too long coming off the feet of Phineas. Wandi Mutsira, Blessing. Manasseh Godfrey being pressured, plays it forward. Arthur Banda in a bit of a scuffle with Chinungo Tendai. Black Mambas regain possession. Good back pass, good enough. Stumbling a bit, Dylan, the goal scorer for Black Mambas, not really being steady on his feet, but causing a bit of silence in MWOS camp, as they were now no longer sure of what might happen. Goes up for a throw-in. Mujuka, Wisdom Matasa, trying to control it. Livingston to Kongwari. Mujuka weaving his way through Black Mambas players. Muchkambizi being brought down by Okonya Terence. Nyabunze. Wisdom Mutasa being dispossessed so easily by Dylan. And now it is Black Mambas on the move. They need to move a bit faster, but there Muchongwe disappointed in his attempts. They could have taken things into their own hands, moved a bit faster. As we now know, time is no longer on their hands. Black Mambas bringing in their first substitute. We might be seeing that in a moment. But the referee not away. Now his attention is grabbed. But all the same, it is Dambuza who is about to be introduced into this rather tense encounter. You can even feel in the atmosphere that there is a very unsettling ambience around us. Livingstone ushering Mandas Zivai out of the pitch, right by the sideline. It is Dambuza who comes through and replaces him, and game resumption. It is now Zivai walking slowly, but his input has been appreciated, and now he finds his way to the bench. Dambuza, the new addition, yet to get a touch to the ball. Chinongo Tendai. Denere. Now Muchongwe. Dambuza, ball watching, waiting to receive it. But that touch, misplaced pass. Coming off Hokonya Terence. Now Muchkambizi punishing him by just moving around with the ball. And later on deciding to pass to Fazo George. Very dangerous on the flanks. Quite unfortunate for him, he loses his balance. But fortunate enough for Black Mambas, Dambuza, not really sure what he wanted to do with that one. Chest control. I think he's playing football in his head. Not awake to reality. Wisdom Mutasa trying a flick. Faremba getting a header to it. Now it is Arthur Banda left with the responsibility of trying to create something. Clive Kongwari, Muchkambizi. It is him and the ball. The first one on Hokonya Terence. He got away with it. Muchkambizi getting the first yellow card of the game. Here's the replay. Arthur Banda trying to clear things off, leaving it for Tafazo George, but Hokonya Terence trying to go after the ball. Muchkambizi gets a foot to him, but also Dylan caught a stray on that one. And he is also on the ground. 2 players down for Black Mambas. 11 men standing for MWOS. 1 with a yellow card, Muchkambizi. Might be seeing substitutions coming from MWOS bench. The second half really does belong to the coaches and the managers. Their decisions really matter. Like I always like to quote Mr. Mtegele when he says that it is better to lose a game as a coach after knowing you have done something, your input has been felt. To make the first substitution was Black Mambas, but now it is MWOS going for, is it? The players are getting their bibs back on and continuing their warm-up. I think it is a situation of mixed emotions from Coach Lloyd Mtasa as to how well he wants to approach this encounter, because this was somewhat his best 11 that won him the game against Golden Eagles. Will they repeat that same history? I think he's no longer sure whether to make the necessary substitutions. But good control coming from Manasseh. Now it is Nyabunze. Golden Eagles, rather Black Mambas. I knew for a fact that the colors yellow and black will confuse me at some point. But we are at Mukushi. It is the home ground for Black Mambas. Waruma Waruma. Coach Lloyd seeing a player down. It is Mchongwe, who is okay and ready to continue. We might be seeing a triple substitution soon enough from Coach Lloyd. But for the moment, we deal with the men already on the pitch. And it is Muzuka with that pass forward. Arthur Banda a bit far off. Couldn't get a touch to it. Phineas choosing to play it out and get it and sacrifice the throw-in. Now it is MWOS. Tafazo George in a very good position. Faremba was flanked by Dambuza. Now getting a touch to it. Fresh play of legs. How much of a speed combination between the rasters. Kumalo Proud leaving it. Oh my goodness. For Tatenda Ishe, who wastes a very good opportunity. It could have been something. But all the same, quite a slow build-up coming off Dambuza there. Finding Kumalo Proud, who leaves it for Tatenda Ishe, and who eventually wastes that opportunity. I think we need to go back to the basics, eh? Ball control is very, very important, and we're seeing that the majority of the players on the pitch are lacking that element. Also, we are seeing that foul throws from some of the previous games, some of the basics that some of these players are letting go of. But it is a firm foundation that makes sure that the structure lasts longer. And here is MWOS trying to build something, trying to hypnotize their opponents into ball watching. But would that be the case? 62 minutes played, and it's still a new old draw. Muzuka, very versatile player, almost found anywhere on the pitch. Manasseh Godfrey with the long one. Maybe he wanted to bring it into the opponent's box, but the technique really letting him down. It is MWOS throw-in. Livingston. Arthur Banda. Bit of a competition with Tendaishe. He's been so influential in this encounter for Black Mambas in their quest to defend and try to move the ball upwards. It is a corner kick delivery, and it goes out with Matasa. Not really impressed with that one. But all the same, Led Mojere. Might he be going away with a clean sheet from today? Same for Wandimutsira Blessing, the goalkeeper for MWOS. Hats off. It is game time. Second half of this encounter. Minutes slowly trickling away. I feel as though the team to get at least a goal might go on to win this one. As history has pointed out, it is a game of very low margins. Tell us what you think as well. How this is probably going to pan out. Double substitution might be coming through for MWOS. Once again, it is MWOS and hoping for a handball. And it is a free kick right outside of the box. Wisdom Matasa with that pass. Athapanda trying to get something into the box. But it was Gwende Tadiwa who, from the coach's referee's perspective, had enlarged his body and extended a hand, thereby a free kick just outside of the box. During the halftime break, it was, as I'm being corrected, 0-0 from all fronts. Every game that has been played so far during the halftime break, it was 0-0 Scotland, 0 DZ Royals, 0 Golden Eagles, and PEM, it is a 0-0 draw. This is the information during the halftime break. Also another substitution coming in for Golden Eagles. They are bringing in Paratema. Who will he replace? Not sure if the exchange is going to happen before the free kick is taken or they are going to wait after. But I'm seeing 3 men, Faremba, Wisdom Matasa, Tafazo George. Very prolific players there. They want to take it. Obviously, 2 of them are decoys. And the substitution takes place before the free kick is taken. Drawing away from the momentum that maybe MWOS might have built up. Now it is the 3 of them are back again, surrounding the ball. As we are watching Denere slowly coming off the pitch. His services much appreciated, but it is Paratema who takes center stage. Has good height, very important in terms of being part of the wall. Nervy moments for either teams. For Black Mambas, it is to defend. For MWOS, is to make something out of this very good opportunity. Is it Faremba Mutasa? Is it Tafazo George? Slowly but surely, the ball has to be properly done before the free kick is taken. But also Len Mojere tasked with a tremendous and big task. It is Tafazo George. It is right on the wall. But Livingstone trying to maybe take care of the rebound. But it wasn't good enough. Len Mojere handling it with so much ease. But I believe quite disappointing from Tafazo George. The ball went right straight into the wall. But now it is an opportunity. Dylan almost getting a header and scoring for Black Mambas just after their feathers had been rattled there. MWOS really need to be careful how they are playing against this team. Waruma. It might be their story. Getting a first touch, Paratema. But in trying to pass the ball, it is misplaced. Muchongwe not getting to it. The goalkeeper being a bit too casual, I think. Nyabunze, Wisdom Mutasa. Muchkambizi being located there, but Chinungo Tendai not getting a touch to it. Very disappointed in himself. I mean, why not? Might be seeing, is it a double substitution coming in from MWOS? It is Masiwa. It is Majamanda. Who will they be replacing? And a team that somehow looked solid. And after such play coming in from Black Mambas, even during the build-up, I got a glimpse of Coach Lloyd Mtasa. He was already signaling for a substitution. It is There's Mtasa, who steps off. And Muchkambizi, who are replaced by Majamanda and Masiwa. But a player down for Black Mambas. Things taking rather a slow turn. Slow but very impactful. I think now both teams are playing with so much intent. They know exactly what's at stake. There's Coach Matema airing some concerns and how he would like them to play. But all the same, is the replay. Nabuza playing it to Konya Terence as he was brought down. Now he's getting some medical attention. "18 minutes left of regulation time." Seems and feels like forever, especially for Black Mambas, who might be quite content with a draw, as MWOS have given very strong defensive prowess. But for MWOS, it is just but a few minutes that are whisking away. Kumalo Proud trying to do some trickery there. His run interrupted there by a goal kick. Nyabunze. Dispossessed by Abuza for is it a throw-in? And it is played out. Tafazo George couldn't keep it in play long enough. The atmosphere building up, so much tension, even worse than before, believe you me, because it can go either way. There are two sides to every coin. It can go either way in this scenario. One team might win, or it might end in a no or draw. But it is left to these players to decide how it ends, and also for the managers, their contributions. The Panthers, MWOS, Nyabunze. Livingstone now wearing the captain's armband. Dylan, rather good. Dambuza being dispossessed there. Losing possession, Dylan had made a good run, but quite unfortunate for him. Wasn't able to take care of it. Good clearance from Phineas. Everything moving so fast. Good header. Chinungo Tendai. Now a run on that far side. Muchongwe. Manasseh Godfrey catching up to him. I feel like Muchongwe is getting some opportunities on that left side, but it is speed that is letting him down. He really needs to pick up the pace the moment he gets the opportunity, make decisions quickly, and move on with the ball. Somewhere, somehow, they might create something. It is Muchongwe as well, who's on the ground, asking for the medical team. Is it a form of delaying tactic? But a new all. I think that's the hardest sort of like scoreline to maintain. Same as a 1-all. As long as you're equal on the scoreboard, it's very hard to actually defend that one. Otherwise, they should be, I think, trying to score. I think that advice goes for either teams. But if you are joining us, we're almost coming to the end of the game here at Mkushi Academic Grounds, formerly known as Morris Depot, where Black Mambas are playing the pride of Norton, that is MWOS Football Club. It is a new all draw at the moment. A point is definitely not what they need, because when we look at the log table, it is MWOS ahead with 75. That is despite looking at today's game from Matchday 34. MWOS 75, Scotland 72. They have a game that they played against Karoi, and the verdict is still to be given by the Northern Region Soccer League administration. It was a 1-all game, but the referee couldn't continue and the game was called off. So whether they get a point, whether they get 3 points, is still hanging in the balance. But they would have to make sure with every game that they play that they advance, especially this one against DZ Royals. It's a make sure for them. It is a do or die situation. Bring out the big guns. That's their story. But the same can be said as well for MWOS. But a team like Black Mambas will not make it any easier for them. History has it, it was them in the same position that MWOS are in the previous season. But we ushered in Chegutu Pirates in the Premier Soccer League. Looking at how things stand, next season we might be welcoming them back into the season. Black Rhinos, their ambitions to get back into Premier Soccer League as soon as possible. That dream has been cut short with new money, that is MWOS and Scotland. Also for Harare City, very good team, a lot of financial issues. But had they, tell us what you think, if they were stable enough, I would believe they would be really, really good contenders. I believe at the start of the season, they went for 6 games unbeaten. What a record. Under coach Heben Marua, who later on got better opportunity in the Premier Soccer League. But now all the same, Dylan, rather a bit restless, getting into the face of the referee. But order has been restored. Khumalo Dylan with a header, clearing things off and saving their team because Tafauza George was nearby and he could have done something with it. But Khumalo Proud took care of it. Might we be seeing a triple substitution? 10 minutes left of the 90 regulated. There's a delivery right into the box. Len Mojere towering above the competition. And clearing that one. And he goes down. Now the referee getting a bit of talk with him just to understand what might be wrong. But all he can do is ask for the medical staff to come through. Kushi Academy grounds haven't been easy hunting ground for MWOS. But for Black Mambas, they have defended their territory quite well so far. Whether they're going to be able to see to the end of it remains to be answered. Silent moments as we await for the resumption of the game. Len Mojere is okay and ready to go. Phineas on the ball. I think they are now taking things quicker than expected. I'm seeing off the screen, we might be seeing the brilliance of Christopher Samakwere coming through. Still having a bit of talk with the coach, but the game continues. Mchongwe on that far side, delivering a very good cross into the box. No one really there to take care of it, but Proud Khumalo setting up Dylan, but that pass was intercepted and couldn't continue with it. Now it is Nekati, and look at that simple disposition. Now Black Mambas playing swiftly, and they get a free kick. Also a player down is the replay of what happened, seeing Muchongwe on the ground. Coach Lloyd Mtasa now airing out, being the one signaling for a substitution. And why be seeing Christopher Samakwere being a part of the action. There is a man who is experienced. MWOS are trying to take advantage of. 40 years of age. I believe that tells you a lot of the caliber of man that he is. Has had stints in the Premier Soccer League, and now I think getting closer to retirement and trying maybe to keep fit. He plays in the Northern Region Soccer League in MWOS. His contribution left to be unseen. Definitely all eyes on him. Very quiet environment. You would think that MWOS fans have been sent back home, but they are here, they are watching, anxiously awaiting to see how this game probably is going to end. But what can they do? It is maybe what would have been decided. Namuza taking a bit longer to get to the ball, but Mwandubunsira, blessing, taking care of things quite easily. Cleared off the lines. Now Black Mambas are controlling the ball quite easily and moving the line a bit higher. There was the replay. The Mwandubunsira really getting to it. But once again, Kumalo Proud. So much brilliance is setting up Dambuza. But it is Nyabunze who saves or who puts on a costume and plays the superhero for MWOS. Otherwise, Dambuza, second half substitute for Black Mambas, might have created something and would have put a dent onto any progress that MWOS might have had. From the corner, it is a throw-in. MWOS have fairly an easy task to the game is about to end, but also the weather has taken a big turn. We're seeing a player down there for Black Mambas. And also, like as I was saying, just an update as to what is happening here at Mkushi. The weather has taken a sudden shift. Right, we are closing because the weather has changed and we have to take care of the equipment that helps us bring you the best of football. So we will give you an update as to how the game ends with the result. So stay tuned to Sly Media TV.